Hi guys, my name is Rihanna and I'm a barista with Madcap.
My name's Alex and I work in marketing at Madcap.
Today we're here to continue our at-home barista series and we're going to teach you how to pull a shot of espresso the Madcap way. To get started, the first thing that we're going to do is talk about the espresso and the machine that we're using. We're using the Eureka House Espresso blend from Madcap today. We roast it in a way that is a espresso profile so that it works well with milk drinks and it pulls a very rich shot of espresso that's very full-bodied. And the espresso machine that we're using is the Breville Barista Touch. So today we're gonna start just by pulling a simple shot of espresso. We'll disengage the portafilter for the first step. And then immediately after we take that out, we'll purge. Just to keep the temperature up and keep the station clean. And once we purge, we'll make sure to wipe that grate down to keep everything dry. We'll start by tearing out our portafilter on a scale so that we can get a good measurement of the espresso that we're putting in. And once it's all teared, we'll insert to grind the espresso. So with this espresso roast, we're shooting for a 1 to 1.8 or a 1 to 2 ratio. So the first thing that we'll do after we grind is we'll check the dose to make sure that we set our ratio properly. So we'll put it back on the scale that we've had teared out. And we're shooting for a 15-gram shot. So this is at 15.5 grams. So what we'll do is we'll take our little spoon and we'll take out about half a gram of espresso and we'll put that into our knock box. That's perfect. And then we'll take it over to our mat and we'll settle the espresso just so that everything is flat and even to start with. That's great. And then we'll take our tamp out of the espresso machine that's hanging out of sight. And then for the tamp, it's important to have it consistent and ergonomic. So when Alex tamps, she's gonna wanna keep it like really flat with the espresso grounds, and she's gonna wanna have her elbow at about a 90-degree angle, and she's gonna wanna come down straight and not add any twists or anything, and then come right out with a very even tamp. And then she'll put the tamp back in the machine, and she'll wipe off the portafilter before she inserts it into the machine so that she keeps the machine clean. All right, and then she'll insert into the portafilter and immediately brew. This is so that we don't overheat the espresso before we start to pull it. And then once she begins to pull her espresso, she'll make sure that the scale is tared out so that it reads 0 before she brews it, so that she knows how much espresso she's getting so we can keep that ratio. And so we're shooting for about 25 to 32 seconds for the shot of espresso. That'll keep it very rich and full-bodied, having a very thick texture, something that tastes good in milk drinks, which is what we use Eureka Espresso for in our cafes. So that pulled in about 28 seconds. That was great.
Good deal.
All right, and now we have our shot of espresso. It's great, and I know we want to take a sip right away, but before we do, we're gonna have to set that down and take care of our station. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move the scale and then we're going to unhook our portafilter and we're going to purge out into the grate. And once we purge, we'll knock the portafilter to get rid of our spent puck, and then we'll clean out that portafilter and then we'll wipe the grate down just to make sure everything is reset and ready to go for the next drink. Perfect. And then while we're doing this, we'll also wipe down around our station any other little drops or espresso grinds, just to make sure everything is clean. Awesome. Wonderful. How does it taste? The moment of truth.
That's great.
Awesome. Now, if the shot didn't pull perfectly, we can either coarsen or tighten our grind setting. If we want to make it go a little bit longer and take more time extracting more of that delicious espresso, we'll want to fine it up. But if you want to have it run a little bit faster, have a little bit less time in contact with that espresso, you'll want to coarsen it up a little bit.
Got it.
Yeah. So that's how you pull a shot of espresso on the Breville Barista Touch using our Eureka Espresso blend. If you guys have any other questions, you can check out our journal at madcapcoffee.com. Thank you.